Hello Perth fitness professionals, welcome to this live webinar. What we'll do is we'll give it 60 seconds and then kick things off. So if you're watching this on delay, on replay, just feel free to jump forward to 60 seconds in, guys, and then we'll get into the content. We'll just give that time for anyone who is joining us live to jump on live. We're talking about the seven things you need to sell, the 7 elements of the perfect fitness business website today. Something that I know a lot of people are really struggling with. Again, guys, we'll give it another 30 seconds just for those of you who are watching this on delay. So feel free to jump through to 60 seconds where we'll kick things off. My aim today is to give you guys some tools you can take away and take back control of your online web presence a little bit. Drop a message, guys, if you're watching, so I can see those of you who are watching us live. Otherwise, feel free to post questions as you go. Okay, guys, thank you for joining me. Welcome to this live webinar on the 7 non-negotiable things you need to have for an effective fitness business website. We're talking effective in terms of being able to generate leads, attract new clients to your business, but also acting as a platform for your content, which is important, of course, to be able to build reputation in your certain niche. This is something that I know a lot of people are struggling with, and probably with a lot of the business mentoring work I do with fitness professionals, their online web presence is something that a lot of people are really struggling with. Issues around building your own websites that's maybe easy and cheap but doesn't look professional, getting someone to do it where people don't really understand what it is that you need, talking to a web developer as opposed to someone who understands how the industry works. There are a whole raft of problems that are faced, least of all the actual type of content you should be putting on. So there's a certain psychology, a certain way to influence and encourage certain human behavior to lead them down the path to working with you where you know you can bring some benefit to their health and to their life in general. So that's what I want to talk about today, how to create a website around this. I am sort of racking my brain at the moment to try and come up with a bit of a solution around this problem that I know a lot of people are being faced with, where they are struggling to build this online presence. The issues I'm facing are threefold. Firstly, it's how do we make this cheap or financially affordable for people who don't have unlimited disposable income. A lot of health professionals, fitness professionals are sort of small business owners. How do we still make it quality? So how do we make it not suck? How do we make it look professional even though there's a small budget? And finally, how can we have sort of a fast turnaround? So I am playing around with some ideas just to try and work out how we can get those 3 things, how we can make it cheap and quick and quality. And as the adage goes, you can have 2. It can be cheap and quick, but the quality is bad. It can be high quality and expensive if it's far, etc. Anyway, I'm trying to work out how to solve those 3. So watch this space. Hopefully I can put out some more information to help you guys with that. But for today, let's talk about the 7 things you need to have in a fitness website to be able to generate leads and store your content. 7 things, we're going to go through these in order. So basically from when you jump on a website, someone is going to arrive at your site from a Google search, from social media. What do they see first, second, third, fourth, all the way to 7th? Now, number 1, the first thing you need is what's above the fold. And above the fold is basically a marketing term that comes back from the early days of newspapers, where the newspapers would be for sale, the side of the street, in a newsagent's, in a vendor, and the paper would be folded in half, and what was visible above the fold is what would make people decide whether they were going to buy, and your website is no different. What's above the fold will help to influence whether people are going to contact your business, scroll down, learn more, etc. So that needs to be good. So the first element we need to have is what's above the fold, and I'm actually going to come back to this at the end of talking through all 7 of these elements, because above the fold actually needs to be part of elements 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you'll understand in a moment what goes above the fold. So above the fold. The first thing that needs to happen after that, and again, ignore what I've said so far, we'll come back to that. The first thing that you need to have on your website is what your unique selling proposition is. What is it that you do better than anyone else? Are you more empathetic? Do you have the most technical equipment in your gym? Do you have the most technically proficient and experienced personal trainers, etc.? So what is it that you do that's better than everyone else? That's the first thing you need to identify in your business. Let me tell you what the wording of that would look like on your website, because this needs to be about the consumer, about your avatar. It's not about you. The days of the About Me page on a website are absolutely dead. People don't care about you. They care about the problems that you can solve for them. I'm going to say that again. People do not care about you. Sorry. They care about the problems that you solve for them, and to a small degree, how you solve those problems. So that USP, your unique selling proposition, is one of the first key elements on your website. The text is going to read something like, are you the sort of person who needs ... And it's insert unique selling proposition here. So let's say that the thing you do best is you are super empathetic as a personal trainer. Are you the sort of person who needs an empathetic personal trainer to hold your hand through the start of your exercise journey? People say, yes, well, that's exactly what I need. Or they say, no, it's not what I need. Cool, they're not your target client anyway. Are you the sort of person who needs an all-inclusive gym membership with access to 100 different classes every week? There's your USP. Your unique selling proposition is you have more and better and varied and more times of classes than anyone else. So that's how you would kick off this unique selling proposition section of your website. Are you the sort of person who needs... insert unique selling proposition here. You then move down, and this is element 3 on your website. So the first was above the fold that we'll come back to. The second was what's your unique selling proposition. The third is we now talk about the avatar. And again, I come back to this. Your website is not for you. It's not about you. People don't care about you. People care about whether you are the person who can solve their problems. You need to be a painkiller for them to solve some problems they have. So you then need to go into talking about who your avatar is. So you guys should know who your avatar is. Is it a certain gender, a certain age? Is there a certain problem, certain pain points that your avatar is facing? This is one for another day. And if you do want more information, guys, on how to really drill down on what your avatar is, or for that matter, if you want more information on how to establish what your unique selling proposition is, I do have articles and podcast episodes on that. So just let me know and I'll drop you a link, free access, obviously, in comments, and I can send that information through to you. So you then need to go on to talk about who your avatar is. So let's say that the avatar of this personal trainer, this empathetic personal trainer that we're talking about here as a case study, let's say that the avatar is, stay-at-home mums in their mid-40s who, a little intimidated, not overly confident, don't really know what they should be doing. Maybe they've been burnt in the past. So you need to then go on and introduce your avatar. The wording for this is going to look something like, so we've talked about the USP. Are you the sort of person who needs unique selling proposition? Are you the sort of person who needs an empathetic personal coach, personal trainer to hold your hand through the start of your exercise journey? There's your first statement. Second statement is where we now bring in a description of the avatar. If that's you, Jesse Jones Personal Training might be just what you're looking for. Jesse Jones Personal Training specializes in working with people. Insert a one-sentence, couple-of-word description of your avatar here. Jesse Jones Personal Training specializes in working with women in their 40s who feel like it's time to take back priority of their own health, or something like that. Just a simple description of that avatar. Who are you for? So now, the person who's looking at your website knows what it is that you do differently. They know who it's for. We then go down to our next element on the page. We've talked about the USP. We've talked about the avatar. We now go into their pain points. And this is the fourth element. So above the fold, which we'll come back to, what you do best, who you're for, and then the pain points. So what are the pain points of this avatar? The pain points of this avatar: they're lacking confidence. They've been burnt by personal trainers in the past and they've become injured as a result of that. They don't want someone who's a drill sergeant, my way or the highway, but someone who can meet them where they are. So all of these, the key, I would say 3 to 6 pain points that are keeping these people up at night, and the things that your business is uniquely positioned to solve. So let's talk about what the text is so far that we have on this fictional website. Are you the sort of person who needs an empathetic personal trainer to hold your hand through starting your new exercise journey? If that's you, Jesse Jones Personal Training might be just what you've been looking for. Jesse Jones Personal Training specialises in helping women in their 40s who feel like it's time to put the priority back on their own health. Then you're going to say, Jesse is an expert in helping people too, and then you list the pain points that are being overcome. So Jesse is the expert in helping people to build confidence in a new exercise program, remove barriers to exercise with a supportive and varied personal training time, and just a list of how you will overcome, what you actually do to overcome the main pain points of these clients. So you can see what we've got now is pretty powerful. We haven't said anything about what we do, how we work. It's all client focused. Are you the sort of person who needs unique selling proposition? So there's the second element. If that's you, then we might be what you've been looking for. We specialize in working with description of the avatar. That's your next element of the website. We are the experts in helping people to overcome and then the pain points of that avatar. So by now you've got really good buy-in from your potential clients. Your USP, your avatar's pain points. This is all the who. Who are we helping? Why are we helping them? Who do we help? Your avatar. Why do we help them to overcome these pain points? Now we actually need to talk about what we do. You notice this hasn't come further up the page. We're not starting by saying, we do personal training with, we come to your house and have all the best equipment, or we have this gym, it has the best equipment and the most classes, and people don't care. In the end, people don't care how you're going to solve your problems, how you're going to solve their problems. They care that you solve their problems. They don't care what exercises you use, how shiny that stuff is. They care that you solve their problems. Unless their problem is, I want to feel good in a gym with lots of nice shiny equipment, in which case, yes, you can talk about that. So now and only now do we actually start talking about what you do, what the business actually does. And this is what the business does to solve your pain points. So this is where you talk about the product that your business sells, the service that your business sells, or more importantly, the experience that your business provides to people. So what is it that you do? What's the actual stuff that you do that people pay you their money for? What do you do to solve their pain points, to solve those problems that we've just spoken about? Do you offer 24/7 gym memberships? Do you offer premium quality personal training? Do you offer classes? Do you offer Pilates? Is this some sort of martial arts training? What is it? What is the thing that people pay you for? Classes, small group training, personal training, outdoor boot camp. What is it that you do? So now people go, okay, yeah, cool. They can solve all these problems for this sort of person using this unique selling proposition, and here is how they solve those problems. So again, let's use the example of Jesse Jones, personal trainer. We offer customized and bespoke one-on-one personal training, 30 and 60-minute sessions where you can come in 2, 3, or 4 times a week. We come to you giving 100% customized programs in the safety and convenience of your own home to help you achieve your unique goals. That sort of thing. We at a Generation Gym, we have over 1,000 pieces of premium exercise equipment that you can access through our all-access 24/7 gym memberships. So that's what you do. This is what you do to actually solve their problem. So we've spoken about above the fold, which we're going to come back to. We've spoken about the unique selling proposition, the avatar, who it's for, the avatar's pain points, and how the business works. We then go on to social proof. So social proof is your testimonial, your stories about clients, and basically people need to look at this and go, hey, here's someone just like me with problems just like mine who has solved these problems at XYZ business. Yeah, so this is where you have your testimonials, be them video or written, and not like long form written testimonials. I'm talking like summarizing these into 12 to 15 words. Just these punchy, bite-sized testimonials. The rule with a testimonial, it follows that sort of hero's journey. If you don't know what the hero's journey is, guys, do a Google search of that. It's a pretty convoluted process, but it's basically this journey that the hero, the protagonist, will go on in good movies, all the classic books and novels, whether you're talking Star Wars or Gladiator or Harry Potter. They all follow this hero's journey, and your stories, your documentations around your clients should be the same. And basically, to summarize it, it's they came to me with this problem, we did this, the problem is solved. Again, coming back to those pain points. That's how you should structure those testimonials. Incidentally, that's also how you should structure any client documentation feature stuff that you put on social media. And please don't write up the top client testimonial. It just sounds markety. Just tell the story of that person using that hero's journey. Anyway, social proof. That's the sixth element. People like me have solved problems like mine using the methodology of this business. People like me, there's an empathy there. Problems like mine, there's an empathy there. So there's two connections to the business, and they solved it using this business. Well, of those three things, that's the only thing that I haven't done. I need to be consistent, and I need to say, yes, that's someone like me. Yes, it's a problem like mine. And now I just need to close that triangle, close the loop, and say, yeah, cool, I'm going to go to this business. And finally, an offer and a call to action. So your offer is, this is what you get. So it's the action, a certain action that you want people to take, and this is what they get for that action. So your call to action is going to be, send us a DM now to ... or complete the form on this website, which is the ideal, obviously, if we're talking the infrastructure of websites, complete this form here for ... So for a 2-week free trial, drop your details below and we'll get right in touch with you. To experience everything we do for $7 for 7 days, drop your email below. If you would like to experience this personal training, we offer a free initial session to see if it's a good fit for you. Drop your details below. And that's basically the website, okay? Let me just run you through items 2 through to 7. Again, just very quickly, and then we'll talk about what happens above the fold, which sort of summarizes everything. Item 2, unique selling proposition. What is it that you do best and better than anyone else? What's special about you and your business? Number 3 on the page, avatar. Who are you for? Number 4, what are the avatar's pain points? What are you uniquely positioned to solve? Number 5, how does a business work? What is it that you do to solve those problems? Number 6, what is the social proof? Testimonials. Look, this person did it, you can do it too because they're just like you with your same pain points. And 7, an offer and a call to action. And you can have little buttons or little links all the way through your website that say things like, are you the sort of person who ... And then you can have links that jump down to that contact information at the bottom. So at any point, people can very quickly go click, jumps to an anchor in the text, they can fill in their details. So so you could convince them at any of these 7 points. And if you convince them at any of these 7 points that you're a good fit for them, it's very easy for them. They don't have to jump over hurdles. Very easy for them to contact you. Okay, that's what your website looks like. Above the fold, what happens at the top? This is basically a landing page. So every single thing that we've just spoken about needs to basically happen above the fold. So someone loads your website, ideally on a phone because that's where they're using it. Someone loads your website and the site loads, they look at it, everything they need to know should be there. All of these steps that we've just spoken about, or the key steps, all need to be there. If you have a website, guys, open it up on a phone and see what you can see without scrolling. If that doesn't tell them everything they need to know, to the point that you could literally scrap the rest of the website, if it doesn't tell them everything they need to know and everything that they need to do to take action, then your above the fold game is weak, and that's something you need to work on. So, above the fold needs to summarize everything else that happens. Let me tell you how that's going to work. So, above the fold, business name, offers, insert USP, your unique selling proposition, in suburb, if you're a bricks and mortar sort of premises. Yeah. Then a summary of how the business works, and then scroll down to learn more, or click here to leave your details and offer, $7 for 7 days or whatever it is. So let me read you through what this might look like for, what do we call it, Jesse Jones Personal Training. So we start off above the fold. Business name first. Jesse Jones Personal Training offers, and then unique selling proposition, but simplified, an empathetic approach to personal training in Scarborough. There's your first line of above the fold. We offer individualised one-on-one personal training in the comfort of your own home. That is the summary of how does the business work. What is the service you provide to solve those pain points. And then your call to action. Scroll down to learn more, or click here to leave your details for a free personal training session to see if we're a good fit. So that stuff all needs to happen above the fold. Above the fold, you either need to have a button that jumps to the contact page, or just a very simple drop your email here, click, so you get their contact details. Because from a marketing point of view, all this website needs to do is get them to take action, get them to contact you. Just get them to drop an email and click submit. That's all you want the website to do. Everything I've just spoken about is for that. The other thing you need to have above the fold, and this echoes, this sort of imagery echoes on all the imagery that you have on your site. You need to have above the fold a picture of your avatar, the person who you are there to help, a picture of your avatar having a good time, partaking in the service that you are offering, smiling, and overcoming one of their pain points. If you can do those things, a happy person who matches your avatar, who is undertaking the key service you provide, ideally like with you if you're a personal trainer, in your facility if you have 1,000 pieces of amazing equipment, that stuff needs to happen. There needs to be a picture of that so people open it up and they see what you're called, what you do best, where you are, who you do it for, how you do it, so what the actual product is, and then call to action, this is what you get. All of that stuff needs to be happening above the fold, and then of course that picture of a happy person matching your avatar, overcoming pain points using your service. If you have all of that stuff above the fold, you could scrap the rest and still probably bring in 80 to 90% of the clientele that you would otherwise. But then people can go into more detail if they choose to, going through those other steps. Guys, let me summarize. Above the fold, you have everything. And then below the fold, so above the fold, number one, first element of a website. Second thing, unique selling proposition. What do you do best? Third thing, avatar. Who are you for? Fourth thing, what are the pain points of your avatar that you can help them overcome? Fifth thing, how does a business work? What do you do to overcome those pain points? Sixth thing, social proof. If it's working for them, it'll work for me. Seventh thing, an offer and a call to action. If you do those 7 things, you're going to optimize your website. If you do 6 things and miss any of those, your website will not be optimized. If you do 8 things and chuck in, I want to tell them about me and all the prenatal boxing qualifications and aquarobics, people don't care. You've already told them what you do. You've already told them what you do to solve their pain points. They don't need to know that you have a Cert 7 in transverse abdominis activation for pregnant women. They don't need to know this stuff, okay? This is about them and their problems and solving their problems. It's not about you and what you've done. All right, guys, I hope this has been of use. Like I said, I'm racking my brain to try and work out how to make websites more accessible financially, still high quality with fast turnaround. I've got some ideas. I'm working on it. Haven't quite nailed it yet, but hopefully I'm going to be able to help people out more, because a lot of people are struggling. And this is the biggest thing that I'm finding in the businesses I mentor. They're just really struggling with this. Anyway, I'm working on some stuff. I'll be putting out some content on websites. So hopefully there's some stuff here that's of interest. Something I'm also thinking of doing, guys, is basically building like a dummy website for a fictional business, just to show you exactly what it should look like. If you would like me to take the time and do that, guys, and then maybe I'll put together like a video with screenshots and show you exactly what this stuff looks like, so then you can copy that for your own websites. If that's something you'd be interested in me doing, guys, please drop a comment below. If I have enough interest in that, I'll take the time. Obviously, it'll take a little bit of time to put together a website, but a website that I can share with you guys. I can film a little video and actually explain this is what all the stuff I've just spoken to you guys about over the last half hour, explain what it actually looks like so you guys can look at that, copy it on your site, look at that, copy it on your website. If that would be of interest, guys, let me know. Drop me a message below if you'd like any more details on any of this stuff we've covered. Email is dan@rangeofmotion.net.au if you'd like to get in touch. The website thing is a tricky world when we are not web developers. We don't know what we're doing. Hopefully this has helped a little bit. Drop those comments and questions below, guys, and I'll get back to you. See you next time.